My life before placing my faith in Christ was a very self-serving existence. I carried that selfish way of thinking throughout most of my life. It started off in middle school. I was starting fight clubs with friends in school. There was this one instance where I was arrested in middle school because the juvenile diversion program in Washington State is so easy to get around. I got around it. So I continued on through my life doing things. I sold drugs in large quantities. I sold myself for a little bit when I was out of a relationship that I had been in for 8 years. And it was at that point I attempted to take my own life. I bought a gun, 2 bullets. I tested the first bullet outside the window of the apartment complex, and then the second one didn't work. And I can still hear the clicking every once in a while when things get difficult. And that, instead of being the sign that I needed to accept God into my life, I thought it meant, okay, I can do anything I want, nothing matters. And that continued for a long time. And then my mother suffered a double stroke, and then we decided to move up to Rochester. And I met somebody who I ended up falling in love with. I kept doing everything wrong. I was a liar, I was aggressive, I was angry, but we decided to get engaged. And a little while after, I started talking to someone I had worked with, and it may have not gotten far, but it went far enough to be a problem. And that was the second I sent a message. So that caused our relationship to start falling apart. She had recommended religion to me, and she had came here when she was a child, so she said, go to Northridge. And at first, I was extremely apprehensive. I was very much a, I need to see it to believe it kind of person. I started coming during the relationship series. At that point, it started becoming more real for me. I started believing more. I went to an exploring faith class. I met Dave Baxter, who started helping me along that path as well. He invited me into his home. He talked to me for hours, and going to that class, talking to him, asking all my questions, helped build my faith up to where it is now, to where I'm ready to take that next step in my faith and show my devotion. It's given me this hope that'll never leave me. It's given me something to hold myself accountable to. It's given me all of the things that I never had on my own and never could have had on my own. I want to take what I did wrong in my life, use it as a means of stopping young men in my similar situation back then from going down that same devilish path, shifting it over to the right path, to finding Jesus, to accepting Jesus. I want to be baptized today to take that symbolic step of death and rebirth and completely shed away the person I once was and welcome the Christ follower in me as my new life and give that 100% of my life.